This is not a struggle about ideology. This is not a struggle over religion.
Joe Biden was always thought of as one of the dumbest men in the Senate and then one of the dumbest men to ever serve as vice president.
I am running for president.
You are running?
No, I've announced it 27 times.
Joe Biden is a compassionate man who talks too much.
All men and women created by you know the thing.
Joe Biden is probably one of the most real politicians I have ever worked with.
I think that people are enthusiastic to make sure that Trump is no longer in office because many people, especially in New York, has been struggling. My name is Momira Ahmed. I am an activist from Jamaica, Queens, New York.
শাকিব একটু দেরি হয়ে যাচ্ছে তো কারণ আমার তো গাড়ি নাই
Today I went out with a few volunteers to distribute some groceries and food to working class community members.
As you know, November 3rd is a really important election. It is the election of our lives. You're voting for Joe Biden. Joe Biden, Democrat. Okay.
Joe Biden, at the end of the day, is a polite old man. How I feel about Joe Biden as a presidential candidate doesn't matter. That's how I feel.
Voter registration করছেন?
Although Biden is a milquetoast centrist Democrat who's not appealing to people like me, we have a duty to our country and our people. That's why I'm gonna enthusiastically vote for him.
America has long been a diverse nation, but in 2020, many people are asking whether it will ever deliver equality and liberty for all. Black Lives Matter, Me Too, climate change, social media activism paint a very contemporary backdrop for the election. So it's bold for the Democrats to pin their hopes on a 77-year-old career politician.
Joe Biden কে ভোট দিবেন তো তাই না? Joe Biden.
They're hoping the key motivator for voters this year, especially young Americans, will be fear of more Trump.
You got to remember, in 2016, those Democrats that said, hey, I don't want Hillary Clinton, that helped President Trump get elected. And so there's a real push to not do that this time.
Biden's chief rival for the Democratic nomination this time around promised radical change, appealing to the same instincts Trump does in his base, but at the opposite end of the political spectrum.
I have this tattoo of Bernie Sanders over here. My parents weren't a fan. They were like, what are you doing? Because Muslims aren't really allowed to have tattoos, but you know what? My parents are totally cool with this one.
Good evening.
Biden's platform has shifted to the left over the years, including a pledge to reach zero net emissions by 2050. He's also in favour of expanding publicly funded healthcare, but that's not far enough for progressives.
I'm a proud Democrat, and I'll be proud to carry the banner of our party into the general election.
He's trying to appeal to everyone, but he won't go far enough to the left. He won't go all the way to that progressive side, but he's trying to appeal to those people.
Joe Biden was born in an industrial region in Pennsylvania in America's Northeast, the eldest of 4 children. When he was 10, his family moved a little further south to Delaware. He's lived there ever since. He first married in 1966 and had 3 children. In 1972, at 29, he was elected to the US Senate. But that triumph was followed by crushing tragedy just weeks later, when his wife and baby daughter were killed in a car crash that also critically injured his 2 sons. He was sworn into the Senate at their bedside. He married his second wife, Jill, in 1977. They're still together. He's long held presidential ambitions, making his first run in 1988.
I've concluded that I will stop being a candidate for President of the United States.
Biden became one of the powerful lions of the Senate, notably expert in foreign affairs. In 2008, he again ran unsuccessfully for president, but was tapped by Barack Obama to be his running mate, with a view to Biden's experience and long-time Washington contacts helping the somewhat green senator from Illinois.
Joe Biden, as I've often said to people, is the most decent, honorable politician I've ever known.
He's an extraordinarily decent person.
He is the perfect person for this moment.
He really is the antidote to Donald Trump.
I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
One of the pivotal moments in an election year full of them was the police killing of George Floyd.
He's not even resisting arrest right now, bro.
His nose is bleeding.
We deserve justice.
It's put racial inequality front and centre.
Jim Messina interview, take 1.
Jim Messina was President Obama's 2012 campaign manager.
Well, Black Lives Matter is one of the 3 kind of, major political moments in America in the past year that none of us saw coming. The first, of course, was COVID. The second was the economic recession. And the third was Black Lives Matter. And that has really changed the tone and tenor of this campaign in a way that's been challenging for both campaigns.
We're marching on the DNC because Democrats locally, statewide, and nationally refuse to enact any real change regarding the issue of police violence.
What the hell is wrong with Joe Biden?
For some young progressives, issues like defunding the police are more important than rallying around Biden. And that's worrying for him when it comes both to getting elected and governing if he were to win.
I understand wanting to get Trump out because it would feel like a weight off their shoulders. Like, get this one person out and my life will be better, but that's not the case.
We can't breathe, y'all. Make some noise.
If Joe Biden wins, I do think that there will be a real need to sit down with the party, with the left of the party, the moderates of the party, and come up with a consensus on how to govern. But the first step is to beat Donald Trump.
Patty Solis-Doyle was Joe Biden's chief of staff in the 2008 campaign.
The crux of his support comes from working class people. And that is really why Barack Obama chose him to be his running mate. And Barack Obama had built an incredible coalition of voters back in 2008 of young people, African-American, Hispanics, women, but he was missing that white working class voter. And in Joe Biden, he found a way to reach out to them.
Ohio is one of the states that voted Trump in 2016. Democrats are hoping to win it back, and in America's hollowed-out industrial heartland, Biden does hold appeal.
The wall is falling down.
Mexico didn't pay for it. My name is Bob Seward. I'm 62 years old. I'm a retired steel worker, living with my wife, trying to enjoy retirement. Joe Biden stands up for the working people of this country. You know, I can't swear Joe Biden's going to be the savior. But at this point, I know Trump will be the demise of this country. So I'm willing to take a chance.
doing, man?
So let's get going. Our first subject is the Supreme Court.
I am
And
the
they're going to
Democratic
dominate
Party.
you, Joe. You know that.
I am the
Shut up, Trump.
And by
I
the way,
spoke to the
and
scientists that are in charge.
By the way,
they will have the vaccine very soon.
He is so full of shit, his eyes are brown.
Will you
shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe? People of Ohio are very proud of me. And
Oh. Up yours.
Bob and I have actually met before, in 2004 when I was the ABC's Washington correspondent.
Can I directly blame Bush for Timken closing their plants? No, but it's an end result of policies that are in place.
Despite the economic hardship here in Ohio, the state is far from convinced it wants to switch to John Kerry. When I first met Bob, he was worried about the economy, and in the 16 years since, that's not changed.
The average working person, they're not seeing great. I know too many people that work in the steel industry in Canton that ain't seen a paycheck in years. Because there's nothing. It's just dead.
When I ran President Obama's re-election campaign, he used to say to me, every president is sort of in contrast to the previous one. And President Trump is angry and someone who really wants to take on the world.
Not you.
And Joe Biden's kind of the opposite of that. He's a lunch pail, blue-collar guy.
Thank you.
And the country kind of wants that right now after 4 years of a lot of fighting.
In 2016, the Clinton campaign seemed to think, like a lot of people, how could the American public possibly elect Donald Trump? Is there a risk this time that the Democrat campaign is built on the idea of how could America possibly re-elect Donald Trump? Are they making the same mistake twice?
Well, I sure as hell hope not. I see no one sort of resting on their laurels.
Donald Trump is running a campaign against himself and for Joe Biden. Donald Trump has become Joe Biden's best surrogate. If Donald Trump ends up winning re-election, it will be the most remarkable comeback in modern-day American political history.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.